Hello. Hello, Zap. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Let me turn on the music. There's like no audio. It's all quiet. It's creepy. There we go. How are you? Boop. Congratulations on being first. Sorry, I'm in the way here. Let me grab my tea. Got tea, milky tea. There we go. It's Earl Grey. It's very yummy. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I have my camera like over there. Bazinga. High energy. You're bringing the bazingas already. That is crazy. Look at this. This crazy color. It's called the Tesseract Glow. Bazinga. Indeed. I am a little disappointed. I was painting this guy. Let me move down into the corner. Let me see here. Where am I? There I am. Am I down in the corner now? Let me check. I should move. Yeah, I can be down. That's okay. Oh. Ever stream you that to everyone? Based beyond belief. You can argue pretty popular. God, that is loud. Hold on. There we go. That's better. Is that still loud? I think it's still loud. Also, got to get the microphone. There we go. Microphone audio much better. It's down here now. Yeah, there we go. Everything's good. So I was painting this guy, right? And I was like, okay, ooh, the focus is completely off on this one. Hold on. There we go. Ugh, look at him. He's gross. So I wanted to try the liquid metals of, if they deleted, then the vibes are rancid. Ah, that's fair. That's fair. These are one coat speed paint metals by Army Paint. I really especially like the brazen copper. It works really well for the little generator and for some of the cables and the guts over here. It looks really good. But I'm not going to be using the gold on these. Actually, I might use the gold because I really do want to integrate the teal that I was looking at, which is this one. This is the one I was using for my guardsman. Oh my god! Well, thank you so much, Sep. Thank you for 9 months. Oh my god, we got a baby. We got a baby. What are we calling the baby? Are we calling it Splurg? I like to call it Splurg. Splurg is a cool name. But I tried out a couple of different shades on this base here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by painting these scarabs and see if I can figure out a good pattern for them. I'm thinking probably metal. No, I'm thinking probably, maybe metal, teal, and then the glowing green here. We'll see if it works. I think the glowing green is like a given. I bought the Tesseract color, so I really want it. Splurg. Did I call him Splurg? Splurg. Anyway, he's a good boy. Good baby. But yeah, I'm gonna be painting here. I don't know. I'm probably looking really dumb right now. But yeah, the camera's over there. I'm here. Also, wintertime, my cuticles are starting to hurt. So we're gonna start with painting this little guy here. I just wanted to show all of I found my 10-man Death Corpse of Krieg guys. It's a little hard to see. This is just the Wraithbone spray. I am not going to be slap chopping them. I'm gonna try to do contrast paints and then dry brush some muddy brown on the bottom and make a mud base because me and a couple of friends are getting together for kill teams, and I realized I had a full veteran kill team with these guys lying around. I think I might need to fix their helmets up a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm not going to be painting them now because I really need to research the colors of Death Corps of Krieg. So we are going to be focusing on Necrons today. So we're going to be painting these scarabs. So I'm gonna show you. I'm thinking generally turquoise goes really well with bronze and gold. But the gold green, it's actually the green and the gold, because the Aztec gold is kind of greenish gold. It might actually work really well with the Tesseract glow, so we'll see. So we're gonna paint one of these scarabs in that color and see how it turns out. So let me start with the gold. This is a contrast paint, but metal, which is freaking metal. Games Workshop doesn't have this yet. This is an Army Painter thing, and it's really, really good. So we're probably going to use this small glaze brush instead because it gives more control. It's a medium glaze brush. Hope the music's not too loud. Let me know if it is. And we're going to start by doing the metals at the bottom. So let's paint those here. See, I can barely see. The thing I don't like about Wraithbone and generally light base sprays or primers is that it's kind of hard to see the details if it's too bright. It's a little. I might have to give might have to use some Nuln oil to throw in shades here. Actually, Gilliman Flesh is really good for shading gold. I might throw on a layer of Gilliman's Flesh here later. I'm gonna have to recolor the white. There's gonna be a little Tesseract glow on the head too. But you can see this is already like very smooth. It's a very smooth paint. I like it a lot. Obviously, I'm holding this model way further away from my eyes than I usually do because I want you guys to see what I'm painting. But that also means I might miss some details because generally when I'm painting, I get like a gamer neck times 20 when I'm painting. But, you know, I kind of like this as the main metal color. This Aztec gold. It's very it's my favorite shade of gold. I used to have I don't remember what it's called, but I definitely had a Games Workshop or a Citadel gold that had this shade. It's like a greenish, very warm gold color. I think it's warm anyway. It feels warm. Not like it's warm, but you know what I mean. So now we're gonna do the little backside here, this little booty. Making sure we cover the surfaces. There we go. I haven't painted him below. It's kind of hard to reach underneath this model. Recently learned the combination of gamer neck and the shrimp posture is turtling. Oh my god, Rufus. I am a master turtler. Are you saying I'm not turtly enough for the Turtle Club? Okay. I did screw up a little bit. I got some paint on his carapace. Yeah, I did. Okay, so I'm gonna have to use some Wraithbone paint to cover that up. How are you doing, Rufus? Welcome to the stream. We're just gonna try out a bunch of different color schemes on these scarabs because I feel like they're like minimum risk models because these are all from the previous starter box or maybe even earlier, which is Space Marines, Primaris Marines versus Necron. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Necron models here. There used to be 10. I don't know where the other 5 are. I know I experiment painted on them, so it's quite possible that in my disgust of how badly they turned out, I might have thrown them away, which was not a good decision. I regret it, but you can't cry over spilled milk. No. I like it. I'm glad there's a term for it. Let's see here. There we go. And here we go. Let's see if we can cover up some of the... I know I should be thinning my paint, but my version of thinning my paint is just to spread it out over a very large area. That's how I thin my paint. Okay, let's get the eye here in the front as well. Okay, we got the eye on it too. We're gonna paint the Tesseract white before we use the Tesseract green on it. So now we've done the main metal colors. Now we're gonna do the teal. So I'm gonna try the bright one now, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, is called Croxigore Scales. So let me put a little bit of Croxigore Scale on the base just to make sure that I'm not wrong, and it's the darker one, because the other one is called Pterodon Turquoise. Turquoise. I can never pronounce that. And I think this is the one I want. This one doesn't pool. Yeah, this is the one I want. This is the one I want. It's the one that I want. I want. This is a nice bright turquoise. So I'm going to be using that as the carapace cover of the metal. So let's see here. I'm not using that much. I should probably be using more, but I want to have control over it so it doesn't spread too much. But if I use too little, we're gonna get streaks. So I'm gonna put a little bit more on it. Contrast paints are funny like that. Boop. Boop. Who booping me? Hi, Oxide. Hello. Is that right? Words are hard sometimes. It's true. Words are hard. Turquoise is difficult. Is difficile. Hi, Oxide. How are you doing? But yeah, I didn't stream yesterday because my thrusy was a little bit messed up. But I got a ridiculously cheap cough medicine, so cheap that I'm like, why did I not buy this already? And I've been doing a lot better. It's just that time of the year, I guess. I kind of like this, this turquoise. It's obviously not covering everything, so I'm gonna try to get the edges here. Teal or turquoise, either works. Yeah, this looks good. Let's get the front too. There we go. I think this is a nice color. I don't know if it shows that well. Yeah, I think it does. Does it show well? Thrusty. The Thrusty. Yeah. Well, you don't call it that? Okay, I did paint some teal on the gold. So I'm gonna try to I might have to do a little bit of wraith bone first on that, because the gold is a little bit transparent because it's a contrast paint, right? So it doesn't really cover other colors that well. The gold flows really well. Aztec gold is definitely one of their better colors, I would say. I have Aztec gold, I have brazen copper, and I have enchanted steel. Enchanted steel looks amazing. Brazen copper is a bit thinner, so it doesn't cover as well, but it looks really, really good. So brazen copper, this is the part that brazen copper turned out the coolest, in my opinion. It's here, it's the metal here. And all the green stuff here is the tesseract glow. So you see, I don't think the gold and the enchanted steel work that well together. I think the gold is a little, it's not a good shade, and don't even look at the head. It turned out horribly. So I was just experimenting, basically. These are models for experimenting, but since I don't want to waste any more Necron models, I am not going to experiment anymore with those. I'm going to experiment with the scarabs, because they're a little bit smaller. They're not quite as valuable per unit. There we go. Let me see if I can get the only downside with these, I don't really like dropper bottles because I always feel like I waste quite a lot of the paint. On the other hand, I'd rather waste the paint and have it dry, which is like the biggest waste. Okay, I noticed a little spot that I didn't cover with the Croxigore scales. Croxigore scales, really good contrast paint. I like it a lot. The other one, the Pterodon turquoise, is the one I used for my custom guards, and I might actually switch over to this teal instead, because I think it's a little too dark. Doesn't quite work that well. Okay, there we go. Gonna get this side too. No, we got it. Okay, now I'm not gonna paint the insides here too much around the teal. Let's see if I can focus it, because now I'm gonna put some white in the middle of the eye. And that is going to be where the Tesseract green goes. Hope you all are having a really good day, by the way. Today especially, we are not talking about a certain political event in another country. That is staying out of this stream, just as like a precaution. We're just here to hang out and have fun. Now I'm using a glaze brush for normal layer paint. Can you believe this? I am committing a cardinal sin. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a little bit of whiter white, not Walter White, but whiter white, like the matte white here, to get it just a little bit brighter, so that the middle will be brighter. There we go. This is my escape from the troubles of the world, exactly, and that's how it should remain. So no bad talk here, just good vibes. I like the scarabs. They're cute. My hands are a little bit shaky. I picked up the treadmill again because I was feeling kind of ugh about my health, but I started going on the treadmill, which might have compounded my coughing a little bit, but I am feeling a lot better. Shared a little something in the memes apropos what you mentioned earlier, the turtling. I'll check it out later. Thank you. Okay, let's go with the Artichorac. This is a very, very neon green that looks very cool. I like it. I put it on the weapon here, and it definitely gives it a glow kind of look. So we're gonna see how it turns out on the eye. I don't know if it works with the teal and the gold, but we can also try teal and copper too. We'll try that on the next one. Ooh, I like how this color is coming out. Okay, this does look kind of cool, but I'm not sure about the combination with the greenish gold. I feel like it's a little, they're kind of competing with each other a little bit, especially with the small eye. I think it looks okay. It's not great. It's not amazing, but it looks fine. I especially like how the teal turned out. Like how this is a really good contrast paint. It pulls away from the surfaces. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the metal with brazen copper this time, which is of course a little bit different. It's not quite as, it doesn't have quite the same coverage as the gold does, but it's good too. These bottles also come with the little balls in them already, which is really good because they help you mix up the paint, so you don't have to put those in by hand. Citadel paints still don't do that, but they're easier. The thing is, I like the Citadel pots more, even though they have a bigger tendency for leakage. These don't really clog up, which is what I'm used to with dropper bottles, so that's small relief. Generally, I like the Citadel bottles more because I feel like they give you more control over the paint. Yeah, this has still got really good coverage. This copper is great. I love it. Look at how nice that looks. Now let's do the head over here. We gotta, hold on. Gotta make the brush a little bit pointy. So if you're experiencing, like, if your brush is spreading its bristles a little bit too much, what you can do is dip it in paint and then like roll it on your palette or whatever you want, like this. Like roll it around a little bit so the paint kind of rolls it up into a pointy thingy, and that will help you out quite a bit. That's the scientific term for it, the pointy thingy. Okay, so clearly this is a cheaper model because these little guys, they sort of just meld into each other. I don't think if you buy scarabs, I don't think they do that. But it is a little annoying. Not gonna lie. Let's see here. Sorry if I'm not sorry if I'm not being my usual cute self, but my voice is a little tired. So I'm trying to take it easy. I have tea and everything here though. I still say, by the way, Rufus, since I know you're interested in Final Fantasy. Ow! Ow, 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 Blue Punk, stop! Ow, why? Dude, we were having a nice time. Final Fantasy V is superior to 4 in literally every way. There, I said it. It's just a better game. I was doing good. Thank you for asking. Oh, Zep, thank you. It's okay, I was doing good, but then you threw a bunch of things at me, and now I'm in aggravating pain. You don't have to lurk if you don't want. Ow! Okay, never mind. Nakabong, Nakapoo, what are you doing? I bonk you. Why you all gotta be mean to me? What did I ever do to you? Ow! Ow! Tylenol. Ow! Stop. Okay, fine. Waste your points. See if I care. Okay. Now we're gonna put the teal on. Screw you guys. I'm not gonna play into your weird fetishes. Just paint. Let me just cover this up a little bit. Your weird fetishes getting off on throwing things at frogs. Oh, whoops, that's white. That's not what I meant to do. Oh well. Your PNG? Miner, I'll put it on. I'll put it on. Hold on. Relax. Keep your pants on. You see how well I put that little white dot there on the guy? That's skills. Not always if you find it funny. I question your sense of humor. Keep your pants on. Put your pants... Yes, put your pants on, Miner. Gross. Oh my god! What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? This is item number 28. Let me just name it. You're sick. You're a sick and twisted individual. Hold on. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying you're... Here we go. Yay! I am now a walking roster of Guilty Gear. Is it Strive? I'm not sure. It is Strive. Okay, got it. Okay, let's put the teal on. I think I'm definitely settling for the Croxigore scales. Oh, a new character. Oh yeah, we got what's her face? She was in Guilty Gear Sex. That is Guilty Gear XX. And Beefstone smells daughter. No, how about you are? Might consider PNG a check. No. I will in protest not put it on. Me and Shrek, we have a bit of a relationship that can be best summed up as it's complicated on Facebook. Here we go. We get decent coverage of the paint. We move on to the other part of the shell. I think this teal works a lot better with the copper. I don't know. What do you guys think? Although I do think the gold works well with the teal too. What I think it doesn't work is the gold and the green together. Is how I see it. Who still uses Facebook? I do, because I'm a boomer. Well, actually, I use it to keep me in touch with a lot of my old colleagues and my family, because they use Facebook. How dare you call me out on being a boomer? Did you know that age is actually considered one of the 7 forms of systematic oppression and discrimination in Sweden? So by being ageist, you're actually discriminating me? Understandable. I'm not a... You're a boomer. Okay, this... I'm not sure how I feel about this combination. Let's see how it works with the Tesseract green, and then we'll make a judgment. I like the gold and the teal together. I think it looks really cool, but I am not sure with the green glow. We could try another colored glow if you guys want. These are they are called scarabs. They are like a small unit for the Necron, and they are automatons that build and repair stuff. So they're little scarabs. These are basically the Tomb Kings of Khemri in space. So okay, let's go Tesseract Green. Let's see how it turns out. This is radioactive green glow. I love it. Okay, let's see here. There's a spot of paint that I missed. Not a big fan of that. And let's go. Oh. I don't know, Tommy. We'll try it. Okay, so we're gonna try one final time with this teal and with the enchanted steel. We're basically just trying to figure out a good color pattern for color combination for our Necrons. Let me just very gently. There we go. All right. I mean, it's not bad. I am gonna put a little bit of black in there between the two because it bothers me quite a lot. So let me. Oh, sorry, can't talk right now. I'm making piss. Thank you. Hi, Eventide. How are you doing? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let's put some Black Legion in between there. Absolute bass music. Okay, we got 2 scarabs done. They're okay. No, I'm not gonna drink out of that glass miner. No, I would never. This is where I clean my paints. I mean, I like licking on my brush, don't get me wrong. Epiday, you paint. Painted your nails. Cool. I'm jelly. I should paint my nails more. Actually, let me get the. Wait, Blood Belcher, you're not supposed to be down here. These are shades and contrast only. Agrex, Earth Shade, Null Oil. Put some Null Oil in there. Being the tech-savvy guy in the family moment again. Oh, great. I love that. That's why I live on my own, finally. My dad literally called me when I was with some friends. I'd been with my friends for 2 days, and he called me on the 2nd day, and he was like, Cuckoo, why is the modem not working? And I was like, Dad, I haven't been home in 2 days. Like, why isn't it working? I was like, do you think I turned it off from where I am? I'm not even in the same town. He doesn't ever want to see him again, so of course he wanted me to fix it. Just say no. Just don't do it. Be like, sorry, bro, I'm out of town whenever the day you're coming over. I mean, easier said than done, of course. I don't know your family situation. Be like, sorry, bro, I hit my head and I don't know how computers work anymore. Okay. Let's paint this big one. No, let's paint another small one, actually. This time we're gonna do Enchanted Steel. That's for a ridiculous amount of money to press the install button on Windows USB. Good. So this is the 3rd speed paint. Oh god, it dripped on the gold. That's no good. This is the 3rd speed paint metallic I have, and this is just like really good. Just a good paint. Of course, I'm doing this on not on black. This is not dry brush. I'm not doing slap chop. I'm doing basic primer, and then just painting them on. No pre-shading or anything, which you can do, make it look better. I don't know how pre-shading and pre-highlighting looks with these colors. I can imagine they look pretty great, but these sort of do shade themselves. I've always kind of struggled with shading and highlighting metallic. Shading, not so bad. You can use Null Oil, or with gold you can use Gaiman Flesh, for example. But with highlighting, it's always been a little bit difficult. It's Tiny Temple website. He's religious. Oh, okay. Good. Vengeance. Cool. My camera died again. I love that. Give me a second, you guys. I'll get it up and working again. No worries. I don't know what it is. I've been trying to fix it. I think it's simply that either the phone overheats or my computer just goes like, oh, can't render this anymore, and just sort of turns it off. I don't think the phone overheats, but it might be that it's just rendering too high resolution of an image for too long or something. I don't know. I'll fix it in a second. Hold on to your butts. Just gotta get these colors on first. Minis are too powerful. This is true. They are very powerful indeed. You are powerful indeed. There we go. Okay, so I did the metal on the leggies. Let's do the metal on the body. Although technically I could do those with the green, I guess. I kind of like putting the metal here. I really screwed up there, so I'm gonna have to go back and cover that with some wraith bone. But it doesn't matter. There we go. So now we got a nice, good metal paint. I'll start covering that up with wraith bone before I do the teal, and then we can kind of decide which one is gonna have which one we're gonna paint the Necrons in, or if we're even gonna change the glowing green and have it be something else. I bought the green and I like the glow, but I am not above using red, for example. Because I have some glazes that kind of does the same thing. They just need multiple layers. They're not quite as strong as this Tesseract green is. There we go. Are you guys seeing okay? Am I holding it so you can see it? I'm looking at the model, I'm not looking at my screen. So if I need to change the focus of the camera or something, let me know, and I'll do my best. Okay, you can see it. Good. Thank you, Zap. Thank you, Eventide. Thank you. Okay, let's do the teal, and then we'll see about the eyes and the glow. Because I feel like this teal, this is staying. I really like it. I might actually like it more with the gold than with the copper. Let me just get some more paint on here. Blech. Shouldn't have used Abaddon Black or Black Legion. Okay, let's see here. MILF. Man, I love figurines. Man, I love Frog. Should I start calling you guys MILFers? Milfaholics? go. I like this turquoise because turquoise was actually it's a man chasing a pig, I think, in hieroglyphs, because that's sort of how it sounded to the ancient Egyptians. So it has a really cool hieroglyph, like a man doing something to a pig. I'm not entirely I don't remember. It's not anything sexual, I think, but he's certainly doing something to that pig. Okay. You love fish, but you don't love frog? Eventide, I am sad. I am sad. But you know what the worst part is? I'm not surprised. You always struck me as a fish lover. Oh no! I got white on the teal. That's no good. Fish are tasty. You're wrong. Yeah, it's not Black Mirror. Oh yeah. God. Oh God. That's like the only episode I've seen of Black Mirror, by the way, and I hate it. I haven't seen any more Black Mirror. I was like, I kind of get the idea. It's like a Black Mirror on humanity. Okay. I get the idea. A guy has to fuck a pig. Okay, cool. Don't know how they made an entire series out of a guy having to fuck a pig, but you know. Not just kidding. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. I got a little white on the parts that shouldn't be white. The metal. There go my egos. This music is great. The Facebook zone. You have entered the Facebook zone. The place where normal things doesn't happen very often. Isn't that Johnny Bravo? The zone where normal things doesn't happen very often. The kid that he's a babysitter for that just pops him out in the corn. But phone bad. You've seen 2 episodes. Okay, let's do the last glow. This is it. This is the test. This is the final test. Can we actually make the Tesseract green work with any of these color combinations, or are we going to have to go back to the drawing board on this one? Thinking this is not too bad. We'll see. Did I just read Invader Zim? Or, hold on. Oh no, the Facebook zone. I don't know how I read that as Invader Zim. Zim! What? Zim! What? Zim! What? Zim! What? Zim! What? Zim! What? Alright, we got 3 of them here. Literally the Power Rangers of Invader Zuckerberg. Invader Zuck. Oh God. Alright, so we got 3 little dudes. Personally, I think the teal works with all metals, but I'm not so sure about the green. What do you guys think? If I hold them up even closer, I can change the focus on the camera. Maybe the thing in the butt should also be glowing. I'm not entirely sure. Teal and purple one is nice. Purple? Hi, Charlie. Purple? Oh, you mean the copper one? Maybe with light blue glow instead. Oh, light blue glow. Light blue, that would be cool. Yeah, we can try that. The left one? Oh, you mean this one? A metal. Metal. What happened to the music? Hold on. Yeah, I'm still watching. Hello? Let me change to my other account. Dark Tide OST. Oost. Cheese. Okay, let's see here. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's try this with a different color. Let's try this with light blue. So let's see here. We're gonna start with a bigger one, see if we can, we have to paint over the teal. Yeah, the teal is very strong. It's hard to see through it. I mean, it's hard to cover it. So we're gonna have to go with a bit more of this to clean up. It's okay. This is a good way to test the color combinations because you do get a lot of the scarabs. And quite frankly, I don't think I'm ever gonna play Necrons. I was going to for a while, but I'm like, nah. I'm not really into Necrons. I like Tyranids. I like Orcs. I like the Imperium. I haven't read so much about the new Necron lore. I really like the old lore, but they did make them very like one-note murder machine-y. Oh god, I painted over the teal of this guy. It's okay, I can cover that up later. Okay, there we go. That should be it. That should be okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's a dark metal. It's iron, or rather, it's steel. It is enchanted steel. It kind of does look purple though. It's a very bluish metal, so I can definitely see where you're coming from in terms of like what colors to use. Let's see here. Start with the metal. This one is a little bit bigger, so we might want to use some Nuln oil to kind of get in between the smaller details to give some shading to it. I'm not sure, but we'll give it a go. We'll give it a try. Okay. Remember last stream when I actually figured out how to do edge highlighting after been painting for 20 years? I finally found a method that works for edge highlighting and it blew my mind. It was like, is that how you do it? Never been able to do proper edge highlighting in my life. And then just like, oh. Man, I love edging. Ooh. Okay, I think that is a decent enough coverage of the legs. I need to hold it in a different way to make sure. Sorry if you can't see the model that well. I'll try to. There we go. I think this metal is starting to thin out a little bit. The coverage is getting worse. Maybe drying up, or maybe I'm just not using that much paint. Who knows? Paint the sides of the head too. Okay, here we go. And the back. Most important back shot. Oh, did get some spill onto the carapace. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, these are like glued together. These are like molded together. I really hate how they sort of fit together because there's parts that I'm not painting that you can see they really stand out. Okay, let's fix up the carapace and then we're gonna put on the teal. So we got a little bit of metal on here, I think. Yep. And what about over here? There we go. This one's easier to paint too because it's bigger, and honestly the Necron Warriors don't really have that many details. I would absolutely recommend, if you want to get into painting miniatures very quickly and if you want to paint up an army very fast, Necron's definitely up there. They are super easy to paint. They don't have a lot of details. They're pretty boring though because a lot of times you got to go with metallics. I mean, you don't have to, they're your models, but most of the time Necron's main color is going to be a metallic one. Metallic isn't super fun to paint. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not the most fun. And again, they've gotten a pretty good lore upgrade. They used to be pretty one-note. They used to be like mechanical Tyranids, basically. Except they wanted to destroy all life instead of consume it. But, I mean, potato. But they've gotten some pretty decent lore upgrade now. I know a lot of people like their Trazin, is that his name? The collector who collects everything. Okay. Let's do the teal and then we'll do the light blue glow. See how that works. I am 100% sold on this teal though. It's like probably going to be one of my favorite paints moving forward. It looks great, has good coverage, it pools in a really good way. It's pretty bright and saturated, meaning you don't have to worry about the model being too dark. Unlike the other teal, which definitely was a little too dark for me. Oops, I got some teal in the metal. It's okay. No biggie. But I do hope that you're all at some point going to try to paint, or if you're painting, that you don't lose your faith in yourself. Because like I said, I really screwed the pooch with the other Necron. Like, I'm super disappointed with how the head came out. But in the end of the day, it's a learning experience. Sure, they're not exactly cheap, these models. But it's infinitely better to have a box full of poorly painted miniatures than to have a box of unpainted miniatures. That's even worse. That's literally the worst. So If it's between unpainted or poorly painted, I will pick poorly painted any day. Because I hate the gray. Gray armies are boring. Okay, we got one teal. If I get enough teal, let's drop a little here on the top. Make it a little bit more runny. So pools well. There we go. It's gonna give it a bit more character. You don't have to be afraid of using too much when it comes to contrast paints, because sometimes you gotta use too much or it won't pool up the way it should. So it's all about making sure that you're not being a skinflint when it comes to the paint. You get a lot of contrast paint, and it lasts a long time, unlike other paints. So, oops, got some more teal on the metal. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. They've changed the rules where I live now, so I can no longer throw garbage down a chute. I have to go out and walk all the way over to the recycling area to throw even my most normal garbage, which makes me a little salty because it's cold. I don't like leaving my apartment if I don't have to. So, but it's really good on the environment, so I will make that sacrifice. I am so noble. Okay, still got some teal on the metal, but I'll fix that. Okay, whoops, got some teal on the white too. It's no good. Well, that's right, I forgot to fix the teal on this guy here. Oh no, I got teal on his metal too. Doesn't matter. We'll fix that. We'll fix it. Also, don't forget to use like mediums in your paints so they don't dry out. It's a hard lesson learned. I won't say more than that, but oh boy, have I wasted paint. So much paint lost in the eons. We've gotten quite a lot of new armies recently. When I say recently, I mean like the last 10 years or so. For a long time, there were very few new armies. But we have the Sisters of Battle, which came out, I mean, less than 10 years ago, for sure. I don't know exactly when they came out. But the Sisters of Battle army, and you got like plastic ones. And we've gotten the League of Votan, the Space Dwarves. The Gene Stealers are older, obviously, but not that old. I don't know if the Inari have their own units. They might. The Inari are like the Death Cult Eldar, who have allied with Guilliman. Guligman. What's everyone's favorite army? If you say Necrons, I'm gonna ban you. Banned forever. I'm just kidding, you're not. Okay, so now we gotta get ourselves a good blue hue. Huey, Louie, and Newy. So, I have here some glazes. I have the Guilliman Blue and Azurman Blue, which is a wash. I also have purple ink. Oh my god, I have purple ink that hasn't been around for ages. Holy crap, Lois. More Nuln Oil. I got Blood Angels Red Contrast. Oh, I didn't know I had that. When did I... I got Carbo Crimson Shade. Are we going with a glaze? Because glazes, they have a bit more of a glow to them. So let's see here. Let's shake up the Guilliman Blue. This one's been around for a while. Many years. Still liquid though. That's good. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay, so let's see if if we can make this work. This is a glaze brush. Got it. So we're gonna put some. Might have to use quite a couple of layers, because this glaze is very pale. Or very liquid, transparent-ish. Oh, not opaque, but transparent, I guess this would be the term. Put a big old dollop of blue on there. Okay, we're gonna let it dry for a little bit. It's getting there, but still definitely very white. It's quite difficult to, like, I think the glaze, I don't know if it's my impatience or whatever, but they always take a long time to dry. So let's get some Nuln Oil over here between these models. I want to darken this area quite a bit. There we go. I'll do the same over here. There we go. Glaze is drying a little bit. Let's put some more glaze on here. Okay, it's happening. Did you? Oh yeah. Hi Normbrow. Yeah, I'm literally a strive head. Yeah, someone decided to put it on my forehead. How are you doing, Normbrow? Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Also, saw the preview of Moriko's model. Looking pretty freaking cool, buddy. Good job. I'm very, very proud of you. I'm very happy. Marco is amazing, and you've done an amazing job on the model so far. It looks really, really good. Look back 3 years. Did you ever think you'd end up making 3D models for so many big shot VTubers? Okay, you know what? I think this is... I like this. I like this blue. I think it works, right? I think you were onto something, Charlie. Look at it. Looks really cool. Holy crap, Loris. I think we found our winner. I think we definitely found our winner. Yeah, I like this. Let's go with this one. Good job. So much for the Tesseract green. Shitty paint. I like the teal. The metal works well with it. We can always highlight the metal with some more, but we're gonna move on to painting an actual model now. Let's see here. We're gonna paint this guy. Let's see here. So I'm thinking leg coverage, teal, right? Metal workings, enchanted steel. Shoulder blades, teal. Face, teal, maybe. Weapon, enchanted steel mostly. Almost completely enchanted steel, I would say. Teal on the hands. cables would be the brazen copper. Some of his guts will be brazen copper too. Can I remove his arms? No, I can't. I did that with the previous model. But yeah, I think that's gonna work. And we'll get the light blue glow on his eyes and here and on the weapons. It's gonna be good. So let's start with the metal. I'm not so sure about his feet. Are the feet metallic or are they actually covered in protective plate? Because I feel like they are metal as well, right? Look at how easy this goes. This metal is crazy. This metal paint is just bizarre. Get this paint. If you're painting anything metal, just bite the bullet. It's what, $7? Less than $7 a bottle. It is a game changer. This speed paint metal is just so good. Look at this. This is one layer. It looks so good. What are the recommendations that? No, it's not thanks to me. Your hard work pays off. It doesn't always show, and sometimes it takes a while. You're a hard worker and you're very skilled, and you've battled through it. You absolutely battled through it because you didn't have a very good computer when you started, and you still worked really hard. You're on time. You're communicative. You're very kind. These are things that will show. People learn and people spread the word. I'm very thankful that you wanted to make my model. That really made me very, very happy, and I'm still very happy about it. If you guys don't know, Nombrow is a big shot now, so we should all be very happy that he's decided to grace us with his presence. No, just kidding. He's making Moriko Kyoho, you know, Bat at video games. He's making her 3D model, and it looks freaking amazing. And he's nailed the poncho look, and it just looks so good. And oh, oops, I was busy looking at the screen. And he's just a good guy. Just a good guy in general. Very good friend of mine. And he made my past lives 3D models. I'm gonna say models because he made several. And they all looked very, very good. And that was to learn how to make 3D models, right? You were like, oh, I'm gonna try to figure out how to make Guilty Gear-esque 3D models, and you made mine, and it was amazing from the get-go. Okay, yeah, okay, this is looking good. Legs are looking good. Always start with the feet. So I'm not going to be super careful. I will paint over mistakes with Wraithbone before I continue. But yeah, this paint lasts freaking forever, and it's just so good. Okay, yeah, I kind of should have been a bit more careful around the leg joints, but I'll fix it up. The previous model I painted, I actually was able to take off his arms, which made it much easier to paint. If you don't mind doing that, that's actually not a bad advice. On Space Marines especially, don't put on the weapon and backpack first. Put it on afterwards, because then you can get to those hard to get corners and make sure it's not so difficult to paint them. The only issue is it might be difficult to paint the backpack and legs, or backpack and arms later, especially like doing priming on them. It's a bit difficult. If you get good blue tack, you can put them on plastic sticks or something, but it's still a bit of a hassle. So there's pros and cons to both sides of it, I guess. Now the question is, what am I going to do with the spine? The spine is not going to be teal. The spine is going to be steel. I feel like the spine definitely should be steel. Oh my god, it looks so freaking good. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they did it, but they found me. The Libyans! They found me. I don't know how, but they found me. I could think of a piece of wood with some copper wire on it. Usually it's a trick. You're right, Charlie. Yeah. The blue tech I got is unfortunately not very sticky, so I might need to get better later. It's very hard, and hard blue tech is not good for brittle little models. Okay, I'm just slapping this on right now. I'm sort of slap chopping it on, one could say, because I don't have a good reach for the groinal area of this machine. There we go. Okay, yeah, we got his guts leaking out, which is a pretty cool detail. You got like wiring where the guts would be. So it looks like it's guts, but it's like cables poking out. I really like that. Yeah, this looks just amazing. I am blown away. I actually didn't think it would be possible to do contrast paints in metallic. I know a lot of people paint metallic first and then like they prime it in metallic and then use contrast paints on top of it and stuff to get some pretty neat effects. But actually getting contrast metallic is so cool and so weird. I don't know how they did it, but they must have figured out a color that looks exactly like the metal they want, and then they just put a little bit of metallic pigments in it and then just sort of work their way from there. I don't know. Army painter, you mad genius is you. Contrast paints have their fans. Yeah, I love contrast paint. I'm a big fan. I've always been a bit shaky on painting, but most of all, shading has always, like, I'm very meticulous when I paint, and shading's always been an issue for me. So getting contrast paints that kind of does the shading for me, sort of, has been a huge stress relief. Because for example, I always like to prime my models in black, or at least I used to before I started doing contrast paints, simply because I couldn't stand seeing little spots of unpainted areas. So contrast paints they saved my life. No, but they made painting so much more fun for me. And I honestly feel like, I mean, I'm calling this a contrast paint, but it's the same theory. But like, wait, is this a metal arm? Yeah, this is a metal arm. Okay, got it. But it's just a different paint, I guess. I mean, it's a tool, right? It's a very, very good tool, contrast painting. You can do a lot of things with it, but at the end of the day, you can screw up a paint job with contrast paint. Although I think even poorly painted contrast paint still looks so much better than poorly painted layer paint, I guess. But then again, ultimately, the worst is the unpainted models. So regardless of how you do it, just sit down and paint your models. You will be happy about it. Your models will be happy about it. Games Workshop will be happy about it because it will mean that you will buy more models. Just gonna do that rib cage. A little bit tricky. Definitely should have not glued the weapon on before I did all this, but live and learn. I really, really, really try to get into Sonic, but I am just not that brand of autistic. I mean, there are people who are so into Sonic that like they know everything about it. Not if I don't buy GW models. Now that's using your beans. Yeah, a really close friend of mine actually printed an Atlas recovery vehicle for me, because the campaign I'm going to be running, they will be using Atlas recovery vehicles. They're basically a refitted Lehman Russ chassis with like pulleys and stuff, so you can recover tanks in the field. So it's a recovery vehicle, right? It's not a fighting vehicle. It's designed to retrieve broken down tanks and stuff. And they used to have them on Forge World for a ridiculous price. And my friend, he prints them for me for a small amount of money. So I will actually paint them on stream, I think. I still need to figure out the color palette. I might actually switch out the darker teal to this teal that we're using here. I don't mind. I want a teal on the armor, and that teal certainly looks very, very good. So I'm gonna use it. So what we're doing here is the faceplate is gonna have teal, and the metal, or the skull behind it, will have metal. I need to hold this differently so I can paint this. Hold on. Refitted Lehman Russ like 80% of anything the guard does. Yeah, and they're in the 20%. The other 20% is a refitted Chimera. I love my Bane Hound, a Bane Wolf, not the Bane Blade, but the Bane Wolf. That was a mobile Multimelta tank. It is insane. Look at the coverage. This looks so good. Holy crap. Okay, I'm gonna have to, the chest symbol will get repainted, but just for the sake of ease and my own peace of mind, I'm just gonna paint it over now. I think I've used up almost all of the metal paint. That's okay though. We'll get some more. Oh, that's right. I forgot I gotta do the weapon too. Okay. So I'll do the weapon, and we ever play Strive again? Minor, that's a good question. I do. I'm not very good at fighting games. Wait, hold on. This did not. This got a little too dark, I think. Hold on. Let me put a little white dot here. I wish I was better at it. 3v3. I don't like. I'm not big into multiplayer. Is the thing. I don't like playing against other people. It stresses me out and makes me anxious. Should have seen me when I played League. It was bad. It was really bad. Yeah, I'm very big into co-op. Not so much play PvP. It makes me very anxious. I don't like putting time into something where I lose. The only PvP I ever really enjoyed was Overwatch. I think that's the only PvP that I actively truly loved. And then I stopped playing Overwatch because Blizzard were a bunch of butts and sellouts. And then they turned out to be even bigger butts. And I was like, well, fuck Blizzard, and I stopped playing their games. And that's sad because I liked Overwatch, but whatever. I loved the part about Overwatch I like wasn't even ranked. I hate playing ranked. I just played like random heroes. I played a little bit of League of Legends. It gives me migraines. It legitimately gave me headaches playing it because I got so tense and stressed. And I do have GAD. I have general anxiety disorder, which means I'm actively trying not to put myself in situations where I get stressed if I don't have to. And I don't want to play a game where I get headaches. I don't know. Maybe that's weird. Okay, his body is done metal-wise, but now we're gonna go into the gun. Almost only arcade and deathmatch. Yeah, same. Oh, jolly blue, blah, bleu, 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 bleu. Yeah, arcade was what I played too. What if I should make this copper? Might do that actually. Hold on. My very unorthodox painting style. I'm just trying to make it visible for you guys what I'm doing. So if I screw up, it's all your fault and not mine. Boy, I sure am thirsty. Would be nice to make some piss right about now. We didn't do anything. Tourbillon was fun. My favorite hero to play was Junkrat, and I also really like playing Roadhog. Those were my favorites. I like playing Mercy in terms of healing. I was a basic Mercy bitch, but I like the pure healing aspect of it. I also really like playing Moira. Moira and Mercy were my go-tos. Moira I always got like play of the game with, because it was impossible not to get play of the game with Moira. Also, a crazy Irish lesbian. Yes, please. Check, please. Yeah, we're getting there. Moira's pretty cool, yeah. I love the rivalry she had with Mercy and stuff. They had some really interesting, cool characters. I just don't like the company. But yeah, I absolutely, that is my most played PvP game of all time. Simply because I had a friend who was really into it too. So we always played together. And we were a good team. I also mained Winston quite a bit. I don't particularly like Winston. I certainly don't like his character, but he was fun to play. I like Soldier 76 for DPS too. I also play a lot of Soldier. Yeah, it's a fun game. I didn't really have a single character that I played, which I guess was... I played a shit ton of Lucian when I first started. No, wait. Lucio, not Lucian. Lucio. So much Lucio. And competitive, too. I almost stopped playing because of that. Because playing a healer in competitive with pugs is an absolute nightmare. Something I wouldn't wish even on my worst enemies. It was a horrible experience. But yeah, Junkrat and Roadhog are so good. Roadhog especially, like big daddy energy, very chill character. I love self-healing. It's a great ability to have. Just generally hard to kill. And hooking someone through a wall and just one-shotting them, so good, man. So it's such a good feeling. Feels good, man. This is coming up. You're the ghost of Fiorine. What da da? Pum 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 pum. Pum 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 pum. Campaigning from behind. Trying my best to get a decent coverage. I'm gonna go over all the parts that I painted with metal that shouldn't be metal with Wraithbone before I go on to the next color. Needed some more metal there. Okay, let's see. Då ska vi se. Do, 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 do. My friend was an absolute murderer with D.Va. I could never really play D.Va that well. I was a little too chaotic, I think. But man, Junkrat. Oh, I played the absolute shit out of what's her name? Teleportation lady. I don't recall what her name was now. Until they changed her turrets. Symmetra, yeah. I used to play so much Symmetra, then they changed her. And they nerfed her turrets a lot. And I was like, fuck this game. I'm not playing this anymore. Or fuck this character. I'm not playing. They completely ruined Symmetra. She was insanely broken, though. Because running around and like building up power with your weapon on arcade, and people just didn't know how to handle it. So you were just like, you were a murder machine. You could rack up like 5 quintuple kills or whatever it's called, easy as pie. It's insane. So I can see why they nerfed her. It just made me very sad because I really liked Symmetra. Also highly autistic coded, which, you know, appealed to me a lot. Let me see here. Just covering up some screw-ups before we move on. I was very, very toxic. I love saying GG, WP, whenever we kicked some other people's asses really hard. I was like, GG, WP, smiley. I love when they changed that to like, I pee my diapers or something. Because people were abusing it. So they had that auto change to like, Daddy says I need to go to bed now and stuff. Okay, let's see. It's all coming up, Millhouse. Are Millhouse's parents cousins or related? Because they look practically the same. Is he an incest baby? If so, hot. This is going really good. Let's see here. Good luck with the painting. Thank you. Bye, Charlie. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for hanging. Have a good one. Have a good rest of the week. They appended the recent community update for Twitch to be like, yeah, you can actually talk about politics slightly, but you shouldn't make it the main topic of your like. I mean, I totally get where they're coming from. It's all about that ad money, ad revenue. It's entirely a decision based upon like shareholders and stuff. I don't know. I also don't really feel like politics is the kind of content I'll be making. I could go off. Like, I teach politics and social science, but I don't because that's not the kind of content I want to make. And I have the luxury of being able to separate my real life from my online stuff, so I will absolutely do that. missed painting this little wrist thing here. God, I love this music so much. Actually, let's make that metal too. What should the handle be? Should it also be metal? Yeah, it'll be metal too. Screw it. The hand is gonna be teal anyway, so. I really like these models. Even though they're very simple, they have a very, very strong design. That's the thing I really like about Warhammer. So much of their stuff is like it has such a great design. The aesthetics of Warhammer is very well thought out and very well conceived, and you can tell they got years and years and years of just getting it right. They're very good at what they do. There's a reason people don't talk about War Machine. I remember when that came out, it's like, it's the GW killer. It's like, nobody plays that game. I mean, no offense to people who do play War Machine, it's just, it certainly didn't kill GW. Not that GW don't need some competition, because they can be downright asshole-ish about their IPs and stuff. Not a fan of that. And a lot of times they make straight out like counterproductive decisions. Like if the Emperor had takes a speech, they got a cease and desist. Do you have any idea how many people they brought into the hobby? Like, they should be thanking them. Okay, I think that's all the metal, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go over again and cover some of the mistakes that we inevitably made. And then we'll move on to the next part. Oops. Okay, yeah, looks good. I really do like this shade of white on them, but or like this shade of eggshell white, but it's hard to highlight it and stuff, so nah. I could paint the forehead a different color, I suppose. Nah, we'll keep it this way. And if I can't spot a mistake, then I'm certain people looking at the model won't be able to spot it either, so. That's also something you got to keep in mind as someone painting a model. You're spending significantly more time on every detail in this model than anyone ever, unless you're submitting it to the Golden Demon, will ever do. And I mean, in my opinion on the Golden Demon, I think it's a little like, I don't like painting competitions. I feel like they're, especially now with how like people make it their jobs to paint minis, they make influencer money of it, so they get very, very good at it. It's definitely not a field that I feel like I would ever be able to compete in. So, you know, I'll just paint for fun and to hang with you guys and to play Kill Team with my friends. And I will also play Warhammer soon with Albert. He is very insistent that we play, so we will. And I want to play too. I'm a very sore loser. So, I don't know. if he wants to see that part of me. Oh, I've been using the glaze brush. I'm stupid. Okay, let's paint the little symbol on the chest white, and then we can move on to the next step. Wait, this isn't perfectly covered. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Sorry, I'm not showing this, but this part is kind of finicky. Okay, there we go. Chest symbol is visible. I'm not sure what color we'll give it, but before we move on to teal, let's do some brazen copper on the parts that I want to be copper colored. Because I want to use this. I like it for the cables, for the wires. It looks really good. So, this is the wrong brush, but who cares? Uh-oh. Well, I got some on the other cable. That's okay. Let's see here. Yeah, this looks really, really good. This copper certainly looks better than anything I've ever produced using normal Citadel paints. This is like, it's never been easier to paint decently in Warhammer or with miniatures in general. That's not saying it's not easy. That's not saying it's easy. I'm just saying it's never been this easy. At least not for me. You got plenty of tools, lots of tutorials, people who can help you and give you advice, lots of models to choose from, lots of paints that will make things easier, lots of techniques that have become like commonly known. It's just a good time in general to be painting miniatures, I feel. And in the greater scheme of things, as long as you know what colors you're getting and you know what you're painting, it's not a ridiculously expensive hobby. Don't like go crazy and buy the whole paint like I'm gonna pay $400 to buy every single Citadel paint, because no, they're gonna dry out before you've used all of them. Don't do that. That's a waste of money. Figure out what kind of colors you want. Definitely try out contrast paints because they last you a lot longer. And they tend to give you pretty good results. Get like a starter box so you can paint up maybe, I don't know, Space Marines and Necrons or Space Marines Centurion. Space Marines are good practice. They're not difficult to paint, but contrast paints don't work as good on them as you maybe want them to because of all the big flat surfaces. So you do need to practice a little bit with other stuff. Oh crap, I need to fix that up later. Yeah, we're using copper on this here, on the little generator on this thing. I really like adding these effects to these details. Like I'm gonna go up to his innards now that are pouring out from behind the gun. I'm just gonna color all of them bronze. Is fine. It's okay. I mean, they're not all. Nobody's gonna see them that close. Oh, I might need to redo the metal, the iron or steel on some parts, but that's okay. That's all good. Let's see here. I want to get the slightly darker copper, so that's why I'm using a little bit more paint so we get it into the recesses of the things. So it's not just one layer. Yeah, look at this. This looks so good. I mean, you can barely see it now due to all the lighting and stuff, but it looks amazing. Let me fix up the metal before we move on. Am I gonna make anything else copper before I continue? That's a good question. Anything else that should be copper? I don't think so. Maybe these things poking out of the armpits and stuff. I mean the elbows. Yeah, that's okay. That's a good place to put them. Oh yeah, I was gonna make the thing in the middle. Bronze, hold on. Or copper, sorry, not bronze. Oh, I like that. This looks really good. Oh, this looks super good. Oh, Zeta, hello. How are you doing? Hi, welcome to the stream. Hello. How are you? You're coming? What does that mean? I'm holding on, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. It's a code from Sonic. Oh, Froggy! Froggy! Hold on, Froggy, I'm coming. Isn't that John St. John or whatever? The guy who plays Duke Nukem. He had the Froggy boy. I mean, he did the big voice. Froggy! How are you? How's your Tuesday going? Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, baby, this looks great. Things are coming out great. Duke kick him, bick him ass. He played a cat. Yeah, he played Big the Cat. Big the Cat. He's in Sonic Heroes and in Sonic Adventure 2. And is he in any other games? I don't recall seeing him in any others. I'm not the biggest Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Sadly, my autism is focused on other like more esoteric stuff. Thank you for the follow, Zeta. Thank you. But I have seen my fair share of Sonic memes, and I've seen Oni play through most of the Sonic games, so I live vicariously through them. Even though I had to deal with Corey the Lamingus, the water person, Corey, who doesn't know what an ambassador is. You have autism too? Cool! What's your special hobby that you spend an inordinate amount of time memorizing information about? I like Warhammer and Resident Evil. And Mega Man. I'm super into Mega Man too. You must defeat Dr. Wily, Mega Man. I might need to put some more metal on his feet, actually. Mega Man. Alice Madness Return, horror and physical media preservation. Oh, cool! I love that stuff. I still can't get over the fact that VHS is an actual aesthetic now. I remember trying to watch VHS videos. You had to pull down the blinds because if there was even a sliver of light on the TV, you couldn't see jack shit. Because the brightness was so shitty on old TVs. Ah, man. Good memories. Good memories. Aw, thank you for the head pets. Thank you. My little kitty is waking up. I think he might want to leave soon, but not yet. I'm trying not to be too loud so he's not bothered. I have a kitten. He's getting his balls chopped on Thursday. Thank you for the head pets. Thank you. Oh, let me get back to the stream. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Aw, thank you. So my camera is down there, so it's a little hard to look at the camera, but I'm doing my best. Okay. I think we're gonna move on to the teal now on the model. Oh no, that's right. I have some metal parts that I accidentally painted over with wraith bone. I should call you Tiny Froggy. Aw, you can call me that if you want. It's really nice. I am very small. Small froggy. I am the kami of all small green things. So Amakawa no Kawazu no Mikoto is my name. Amakawa no Kawazu no Mikoto. It means the August frog of the rainy river. And I am a minor kami in training for all small green things. So goblins and four-leaf clovers and frogs, toads if I have to. I'm not super fond of toads. They're bullies. They're big. Alakama no kosu. It's okay. It's Amakawa, which means rain. Ama, rain. Ame, ama. Kawa means river. Amakawa no kawazu. No is of. And kawazu is an old way of saying frog in Japanese. So, frog of the rainy river. And no mikoto is an honorific you use for divinities, for gods. No mikoto. So, I am Amakawa no kawazu no mikoto. I only recently became a kami, so I'm still learning. I used to be just a normal frog, and then someone put me in a microwave, and I went boom. And then I became a cyborg frog. I'm a real frog in a little box, and I control this robotic body. And then finally, I was made a god, probationally. I have to prove my worth. Okay, now we're gonna paint this guy with teal, okay? This is gonna look freaking baller. So, let's get the teal out. And let's start with the... Oh, actually, that's right. I needed to put another couple of layers of metal on the feet because the feet didn't get that much metal on them, so they don't really have much in terms of shading and stuff. So, I'll put some more metal on them. Especially this foot. I don't even know if you can see it, but this foot bothers me. There we go. Now we got a little bit more metal on the feet. We can move on to teal. This is a base brush, so we're gonna move on to the glaze brush rather. And let's go. Oh, I like this already. Oh, I spotted a place that I need to cover with some more wraith bone. So I'll do that before we continue. I'll just finish this part. There we go. Okay, that looks cool. フリクショーラギュアラクシキャット。フリクショーラギュアラクシキャット。キャット。You're cat. Cat. Cool name. Nice to meet you. Hope we can be friends. There we go. Now I'm gonna keep doing the teal. I think this teal's gonna look really good. I think it's gonna look really good. Oh no! Okay, I thought I touched the teal. Let's continue on with this leg. You want to make sure you don't use too little. Like I said before on the stream, when you're using contrast paint, if you use too little, it's not gonna do what contrast does best and pull and pull to give you natural shading. So you wanna kind of make sure that you don't skim out on the contrast, because it's gonna come back to bite you. Slather that baby on. There we go. Let me put a little bit more on here. Hold on. And on this leg too. This part of the leg too. Here we go. Kato bit means freak show horror galaxy. Oh, freak show horror galaxy Kato. Now I know how to pronounce it. Freak show horror galaxy Kato. Cool name. Very cool. Froggy. I really like Bunny Rabot, but she's not really in the Sonic game universe. She's more of a Sad AM character. And I like Blaze, but I think I like Rouge the most. She hot. I want her to be my girlfriend. Hehehe. Aw, thank you. That's really sweet of you. I'll treasure it always. Thank you. Cool beans. Oh crap, I got some teal on the metal. That's no good. Boop! Hello, Popward Besson. How you doing? Hello. Thank you for the boop. Thank you for the boopies. Hello, I'm painting a Necron warrior. I've been trying to figure out a good color scheme, and I think we finally figured one out. So before you came here, let me just paint here. Before we started painting this guy, we actually did. Oh no, I got it on the metal. What we did was we painted on some. Where did I put them? Here we go. So we painted some of these guys. They are called scarabs, and we tried out a couple of color schemes. I think we settled on having like a blue glow. I used a little too much blue there. It got a little too dark, but I'm gonna try to be a little bit more restrained this time. But I did manage to cover this part in teal, which I didn't. That was not intentional on his legs. I'm gonna try to brush that color up with a slightly wet brush. Don't have to paint it over. Might have to paint it over anyway. That's okay. I got some of it off. So we're currently painting on the teal, which is going to be the outer protective casing of these Necrons. Gonna do the shoulder blades right now. There we go. Seriously, so much fun. Yeah, painting is great. Like I was saying a little earlier, it's never been easier than it is now to get back into painting. They have the Army Painter recently released metallic speed paints, which is what I've been using for the metal on these guys. So they work like contrast paints. They're very flowy. They get in everywhere they should, and they do shading and stuff on their own. Just look at how this shoulder is turning out. Like it gets dark where it's supposed to be and gets light on the edges where it's supposed to be. It's an absolute joy to paint with. Oh, You have asthma and Asperger's? Oh no. I'm sorry. Asthma's rough. I've been having lately some issues with my breathing, but I think it's from because during COVID I actually got sick, but not from COVID. I think I got something called the RS virus, which is usually a children's disease that attacks your respiratory system. So whenever it's like seasonal changes and stuff, I get a lot of coughing and I get difficulty breathing and stuff. But I got a really good cough medicine, really cheap now, so hopefully it's not gonna be so bad this year. Asthma is bad though. I'm sorry. But yeah, painting is an absolute joy. The most important part of painting is that no matter how ugly the end result, it still looks better than having a bunch of unpainted miniatures. That is cardinal sin. Having unpainted miniatures. If you have those, you need to paint them. You're doing them a disservice by leaving them unpainted in the box. Every night they're calling to you, be like, paint me, paint me. Oh, hold on. That's why I've decided not to buy more models until I painted the ones I have. Let's make it to the hospital. Oh. Oh, wow. That sounds really nice. Sounds like a nice hospital visit. I mean, all things considered, it was probably not nice anyway because you had asthma and stuff, but that sounds like it was really, really bad. Or it wasn't that bad going to that hospital at least. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna put some on this arm. There we go. Do 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 do. Okay, we painted here. Let's move on to the last piece of armor coverage, or actually the hands too. Then we're gonna do the face. Be a little bit more careful with the face so we don't paint over the eyes too much. Okay. I am liking how this is turning out. $11,000 total. Oof. That's a lot. Artistic and art, especially when they come across as nice. It sounds really good. Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah, art is a lot of fun. I'm not really an artist, or I'm not actually very good either painting or drawing, to be honest. But I like doing it, and it's really about finding the motivation to keep doing it for yourself rather than doing it to impress others or something, because that motivation isn't gonna stick. You need to find a motivation that keeps you going, and that can be rough. A lot of times we're not very good at putting ourselves first, I guess. Do 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 do. Let's see here. I'm pretty mild on the autism spectrum, where I'm actually rather I'm high functioning, but I do a lot of masking. So I'm usually very, very tired socially from my work. I work in education, and it's pretty rough at times. But I don't regret my career choice that much. I like it. Okay, now we just got the face left. And then we can move on to the weapon. So let's see here. Let's be a little bit more careful with the paint. And not cover the eyes. I guess it's easier said than done, but I think I've done it. Yeah, this looks great. Oh my goodness. Are you gonna go down? Okay, hold on, baby. There you go. Here you go. Badunk. Hello. It's my kitty. No, this is paint. It's bad for you. Paint is bad for you, kitty. Sorry. Do you want to go out? Do you want to go eat? Hold on. I'm just gonna let my cat out. I'll be right back. Okay. Here we go. I'll be right back. Just gotta clean my brush. Okay. Be right back. There we go. We're back. Your high support knees, but I used to mask a lot when I was younger. So yeah, he's very tiring. I work as a teacher, and I didn't realize I was autistic until a couple of years ago, only. So that was very eye-opening for me, and it helped me a lot. Oh, I forgot to do some things inside the shoulder blades here. Hold on. Let me also move the mouse away. There we go. There we go. Okay. I think we got most of it painted. Might need to I need to put in some more metal in the gun. Thankfully, I work in a fairly low stress environment now compared to where I used to work. It's not great, but it's a lot better than my previous workplaces. Were very stressful, very negative energy. So it was a lot back then. But thankfully now it's much better. Okay, so we got a little bit of bronze here that shouldn't, or copper here that shouldn't be here. So I'm gonna try to cover it up without using Wraithbone. Easier said than done. Still not sure. I think the base is definitely holding us back a little bit. What I think I'm gonna do, I need to color this cable. I'm thinking black on the cable. I don't know why. I just am. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe we will go. Let me look at that. What about Night Haunt Gloom on that one? We'll see. It's the cable. Do I need to cover it up any? Nah, this is fine. Okay. Okay, Night Haunt Gloom. Here we go. This is a very thin contrast paint, so I'm gonna put on a pretty decent layer of it. Doesn't look great. It's fine. It's fine. It's an experiment. There we go. I think it looks okay. Oh, there's some parts here that I forgot to paint in. The skull. I definitely want to wait until we painted the base too. I think the base is gonna have to need a very dark color to make the teal pop a bit more. I don't think it should go with a white. Okay, bye, Pupword. Thank you for dropping by. Have a great day. Thank you for dropping by. What was I gonna do? Yeah, teal. Oh, this, yeah, Croxodon scales. This is the one. I missed some parts, so we need to paint that in teal. We go. Yeah, I think a good contrast for this might be black on the base, or possibly oh, did I wipe some paint off? Or like red or something like that. Oh, maybe Martian Earth Crust is gonna look good on it. Yeah, let's go Martian Earth Crust. That might actually look really good. Paint them with the same base as I paint my Space Marines. That's gonna be bitchin'. All right, now here's the deal, huh? So we gotta do the axes and stuff. And I'm gonna take out some more white, and I'm gonna try to do edge highlighting. So I won't be using my glaze brush for that. I'll be using my base brush, and we'll get some white out here. It's a little too much white, a little too much. Like that. I like being frugal with my paint. But what can you do? Okay, let's try to do some edging here. Oh my god, I can't believe it took me like 20 years of painting to discover this. Am I just dumb? Might be. We could also do a little bit of white on the axe, I think. Need some more white for that. Okay, let's see. There we go. Now the other side. Oops. Okay. Perfect. Let's do the things at the front too. I've been thinking a lot about Carl Pilkington for some reason. And I've never liked Ricky Gervais. I've always considered him as something of like a, he can be funny, but he would be an absolute nightmare to be friends with. I don't think I would ever enjoy his company, because he seems like the kind of guy who loves getting other people angry at him. Because he's so clever and he's so above all that, and it's like he's got a really bad attitude to things. I don't think I would ever be friends with him, but like I think Carl Pilkington, he whines a lot. I don't know everything that happened, but I do think he could have stepped away. He definitely got a taste for fame, because he could have stepped away before he did a lot of this stuff. I don't know, but I don't like the way that that Ricky treats him. I would have gotten really pissed off at that too. Probably much faster than Carl. Okay, we need a little bit more for the cable. What was it? Nighthaunt Bloom. What would be a good highlight for this cable? Like the Fang? Do I have the Fang? I think it's coming out really good, really well. We might do some metallic, lighter metallic to make it stand out more. I did buy a color. I did buy a paint. I don't know where I have it, but I bought a paint to edge highlight the teal. I can't find it just because of that, but we might try it. I feel like it still does have a pretty good edge highlighting. I don't feel like I need to do much on this teal. It's definitely a lighter color than the previous teal I tried to work with. We're gonna do the eyes now and the blade. So I'm gonna do careful layers of this. So let's get the glaze brush again, and do just a careful layer on the X here. And on this thing. We're gonna let that dry before we do the next layer so we don't overdo it. We wanna make sure we get a good glow, good glaze, but we don't wanna drown it in pigment, because then it's not gonna glow. Oops. Okay. I also got to do the little rings too on the gun. A friend of mine was saying, I'm not Christian. A friend of mine was saying a similar thing when I showed them the previous model. They were like, you should probably use a lighter blue to kind of break it up. This isn't a very light blue, but it might still get the point across, I guess. Whoop! Good thing that thing was closed. Doom 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 doom. Okay, now the eyes. This is gonna be a bit tricky. Might not even be able to do it, to be honest. I see, this is the... It's so small. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Now let's paint the little spheres and on the gun, and we can give those a blue place too. This is really pooling. Maybe it should pool. I don't know. Yeah, let's keep it like that for now, and we're gonna paint with white using the glaze brush. I know this is heresy. I don't care. Brush is a brush is a brush. Nice little round dollop each of these. Here we go. So we get very clear white things here. Let's do it on some of the other side. There we go. Let's let those dry for now. Gonna do a little white dot in the eyes. That might help a little bit. Nah. It's way too small. Oh, Weedy Babe! Hello, I'm gonna lift your spirit. You are cute, and you are smart, and you share really nice links with me, and you have a high level of patience, even though I am bad at replying, and you are also a very cutie, and I really appreciate you, and I hope you're doing good, and I want you to know you are very often in my thoughts. And somehow you're also in my dream. Please stop invading my dream space. You are very cool, and thank you for being my friend. And I hope you're doing okay. Wait, what? Nah, just kidding. I don't know about this light blue, but it's too late to change it now. You're not even in your own dreams? Am I invading your dream space? I'm doing the same thing again. I'm using too much of it. Hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's add a little bit more of this. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, that's good actually. It's better. I want to make the ridge white, not so much the rest of it. This isn't that bad, right? It turned out pretty okay. Oh, hold on. I missed a spot for teal. We're gonna give him a like red surface to stand on. Maybe that will work. I'm not entirely sure. Let me just get the teal. Missed a little bit of teal on his hand. Oh wait, this is not teal. Teal is over here. Okay. Very interesting color pattern, if you ask me. Actually really like it. I'm gonna make it boop. Boop. Give it the boop. Gonna make it a little bit darker around the transition areas from metal to teal, just to kind of really drive home the shadows there. Boop. Okay, here we go. It's blue, da ba dee da ba da. Oh no, the blue fell. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. Let me clean this up. This isn't working. Clean off this blue. Clean it off. It's just that Guilliman blue isn't creating the effect that I wanted to do. Everything else looks fine, but I'm not happy with this. Let me try to close this first so it doesn't spill. Try to gently see if we can absorb some of the paint with the paper. So I'll cover it again with some Wraithbone, and we'll have to figure out what other kind of color we should give it. Should we use a contrast paint maybe? It might work better. I do have some light blue contrast paints. Boop. Okay, let's first of all go back with the Wraithbone. Let's make it pretty thin because we don't want to slather on layer upon layer of Wraithbone. It's not going to make anyone happy. Except again, GW, because they're going to be happy because their sales are going to go up a little bit. Unless I buy Army Painter for a replacement. What if I just make them copper? That might actually work, to be honest. Just making them copper and making the thing in the middle blue. I feel like the big areas don't really capture the glow that well. What do you guys think? Yeah, maybe I'll just use the copper on them too. That's a good compromise. And it sticks a little bit more to the theme. Good. Mr. Pant Pisser. I'm not pissing my pants. You're pissing your pants, Neil. You're a pants pisser if I saw one. Okay, so we're back at this. I'm gonna make them copper. I don't care who you is. That's funny. Just gonna wait until it dries. But I like it. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to paint the thing on his chest too. Hold on. Let's give it a little bit of a blue blow. Blue glow, I mean, not blue blow. Blue blow. Yeah, definitely the blue works. I'm not piss your pants, you're piss your pants. Don't even try me, Neil. I know. I've heard the stories. I know what's up. Oh, the paint wasn't really dry yet. It doesn't matter. It don't matter none. Okay. Did my nose just go weep? I think my nose just went weep. Let's go copper, let's go let's go copper, let's go let's go copper, let's go. Damn, it looks like a million times better. Let's go copper, let's go let's go copper, let's go I'm gonna use a little bit more paint so the wraith bone doesn't shine through too much. Yeah, it has a serious pooling issue on this axe piece in particular. I'm not a big fan of. But yeah, this looks better, I feel. Though I will absolutely have to do another layer on this. Let's go Broncos, let's go let's go Broncos. What's a Bronco anyway? The Denver Broncos, right? Denver, the last dinosaur. He's small friend and a whole lot more. I didn't need to know that, kid, but okay. Denver, the last dinosaur. Show me a world I never saw before. Free history to the rock and roll spotlight. Ormai var mot pisser. I'll have you know I haven't had a single sip in a long time because nobody's making me piss. See, I made it myself now. Let's put out some more of this. Here we go. Just need a little drop. Denver, the piss dinosaur. He makes piss and a whole lot more. Denver, the last dino piss. Show me a world I've never pissed before. Yeah, this looks significantly better. I'm gonna have to go over this again, another layer. But yeah, I like this more. And then we'll make the thing in the middle white. Okay, here we go. How long have I been streaming for anyway? Oh, just 2.5 hours? Really? Huh. I mean, I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow too, so I don't think this stream is gonna be super long. Ooh, no! Okay. There we go. And I'm gonna... Okay, here we go. Okay. Just need to do the base, and that should be it, I think. My question is, should I use Martian for this? I don't think the white base works well with this at all. I really don't think the white is a good contrast to the rest of this model. So we're gonna paint the base another color. The question is what? Should I use Martian? Should I make it red? Red is a strong contrast against teal, but I don't know. Maybe... Martian Earth Quest. You know, not a bad color. Where is the paint I use on that? Pink Horror? I guess. Let's use, let's see here. This is a base medium brush. Let's use that one. I think this color really works as a good kind of counterbalance to the teal and the blue. Oh my goodness. I missed some parts I need to color with copper. Hold on. Okay. I licked the copper paint. That was not good. put him down for a little bit. I'll paint that stone into pink horror as well, I think would be a good idea. Small base brush. Let's see here. There we go. The stone has been painted. Okay. Still not sure if this is like the paint theme I want to go with, but I'm kind of running out of ideas. I really like this teal, but I might have to just take the L and realize the teal isn't that great with Necrons. I don't know. Okay, let's make the thing here blue. No, stupid copper. Stop. Okay, there we go. Okie dokie. Let's put on some more pink horror on this. On the base. And maybe some pink horror below where the Martian Earth crust is gonna be. We'll paint the outside first, so when they dry, I can grip the edges without having to worry about smearing the color on my fingers. So outer edges first. Also means I probably won't get paint. The Blue Man Group! Hi, Sir Alvin. Hey, no, they're not the Blue Man Group. Don't be mean. Hello, how are you? I'm trying to figure out a good paint scheme for Necrons. Not that I'm going to be playing Necrons, mind you. I just kind of wanted to see if I could figure one out. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, there we go. Dum 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 dum. The Blooming Group. I'll give you Blooming Group, you stink man. Okay, let's see here. And we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that. And let's see here. Let's see if we can get some more tests, some more blue on this weird thing. Okay. Oh, whoops. Wasn't supposed to grab the base yet, but it's okay. It's almost dried. Just printing some non-Casterkins. Yeah, of course, the non-Casterkins. The very famous non-Casterkins. How dare you? How dare you print knockoff, totally not 3D scanned versions of... Alright, since you're here, which color pattern do you like the most? Gold, teal, green, copper, teal, green, steel, teal, green, steel, teal, blue. I'm thinking I should probably try the other combinations too, but Because what we did now, we did steel and teal, and some copper effects on the side, because I like the copper. I think it looks very good. Steel, teal, blue. Thank you. That's the color I went with. I knew you had great taste. Hold on, I need to get some more metal on here. So if you're going to be painting, did you know that Army Painter has released metallic speed paints? They are fucking cracked. They're like the most insane metallic paints I've ever seen in my life. They are insane. That's why I painted this with. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. We're just gonna paint the base reddish, so we can get Martian Earth crust on it, because I think the red helps it stand out a lot. If we went with a white base, it would have looked bad, but pinkish red, not so bad, I think. Oh yeah, you should. If you're gonna be using contrast paints, I always recommend Wraithbone and Dawnseer, or Greyseer. They're really, really good for contrast paints. If you're painting Casterkins-like models, it's another good. You can also just prime them with black, and then do slap chop on them. I don't know if it works well on Casterkins, but it works pretty guard on the Imperial Good. It works pretty good on Imperial Guard. Oh, I missed putting metal on a part of his foot here. Yeah, this works well. But yeah, the speed paints are great. They are very, very good. I'm using Aztec Gold. Okay, so I did a little fuck up here. This guy has Aztec Gold and Enchanted Steel. Aztec Gold looks okay. It's a greenish gold. Didn't really work that well with this metal, though. I might use it. It should probably be like the main paint for something, like with Sigmarines, for example. But it looks pretty decent still. You need to put a little bit more metal on this guy's foot. There we go. Look, this looks really good with the red base. I'm gonna take photos later because of the brightness of the camera, I think we're not getting a very good, the brightness of the light on my paint station. I might not get a very accurate of how it looks in reality. So I'll definitely take a photo after the stream and show you guys. Just fixed a little bit more metal. Let me put a little bit more metal here on the neck so it darkens a little bit, so it cools. Uh-oh, I did just screw up the shoulder blade though. That's not good. I feel like I could have probably gotten even better results if I did do some pre-contrast edge highlighting and stuff, especially with the teal. But I didn't, and that's okay. It looks very pink. Yeah, I mean this is pink. The red is pink. This is Screamer pink. But I am gonna put Martian Earth crust on it. I just want the bottom of the base to be pink, because I think it gets a good contrast with the Martian crust, which is more brownish red, brown bricks in Minecraft. Let me just finish the teal on this dude here. Where did I put the teal? Croxigore scales. Croxigore scales, absolute baller. There's also a video. I can. There's a video where a guy has created like a chart of every contrast paint and how they look when they dry. It's very, very useful. I refer to it consistently when I'm choosing my colors. But I'm thinking a pinkish brown. Hello, Billy. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hello. Spatula tool. Not quite the tool. Actually, hold on. I have an even better tool here. So here's like a thing to spread it out. Kisses poise. Oi. Oi. Watch it. Make me get mad at you. Okay, so this is extra thick. So I'm just gonna scoop this out and put it on the paper here for now. So I can put my hand in it when I'm not paying attention. Actually, that was a dumb idea. But I'm full of them. Oh, you wanted to try a thing? Go ahead and try a thing. What do you want to try? Ow! No! Ow! 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 Why? Mean? It's rude. Rude. It's horrible. You're a horrible person. You're going to hell. H-E-double-L. H-E-double hockey sticks. That's where you're going, mister. That exists specifically to tempt you and test your faith and your kindness. You failed. You get nothing. You fail. You lose. Actually, how about we scoop more out with this side? I put them. Ah, no! I got it on my hand! Okay, here we go. Ah! This is what is called a texture paint. It's very, very thick. You can make your own texture paint with coffee grounds, basically. So I'm kind of a fool for. Oh boy. No, this is not gonna work. You have to spend those points somehow. Yeah, you are the king of lurking. How many points do you have anyway? Do I want to know? $50,000 points? How? How do you have so many points? I have to make like a special redeem just for you. 50,000 points. Jesus Christ. Does anyone else have that many points? Maybe remotely close? It's maybe human error or non-brow. But... no, because everyone is using their points to throw things at me all the time. What, 9,000? It's over 9,000. Okay, I need to remove the paint from his foot. I'm just gonna try to clean this off. Easier said than done. So pale, oh my god. Okay, let's get this off his foot. Ah, it's fine. gonna make piles of this so it dries slower, but we get like a little bit of a rough terrain. And this is absolutely breaking the paper. Okay, there we go. It's going to be drying for a while. I need to clean this thing. I think it turned out pretty okay. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it turned out pretty okay. Definitely might need to experiment a bit more with the color combination, but I think I'm gonna use this teal for the guardsman that I'm painting. I think it's lighter than the other teal, which means that it's gonna work better with the grayish color that I'm using for the fabric. I want it to be a little bit more intense, and it really highlights itself really well. Like from here I can see all the details, and really that's what you do. Edge highlighting allows you to pick out the details from a distance. It's an easy way to make a model be a little bit more three-dimensional. So here we are. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see him a little bit closer. And we'll do this, and let's see if we can change the focus. There we go. Now you can kind of see him. Kind of. I'm pretty happy with this. I don't see any glaring mistakes. Sort of. I don't. Yeah, not bad. Pretty good color scheme, I'd say. The teal is a little dark, but nowhere near as dark as the other teal I have, so you know what? I want to see it in daylight too. But let's see here. Let's change the focus again. There we go. So this material, this color here, it's gonna dry and crackle. Now Martian Earth crust doesn't crackle quite as much as the other one, which I never remember the name of. So this is it. The other one flakes like crazy. It looks really cool. I should have gotten that one, but I forgot which one I was gonna get. But yeah, we're gonna probably wrap up the stream because it's been almost 3 hours. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow too. And also a really important thing to get if you're painting. Took me an embarrassingly long time to do. Thank you, Weedy Bread. Get a brush cleaner, which is basically just sorry, some rinsing alcohol, and then get yourself a brush soap. I got this one. So what you do, this water glass is pretty clean. What you do is you dip the brush in water and clean it this way first of all, and then you can open the alcohol. And you can do this with a lot of brushes at the same time. I'm gonna move this guy out of the way. Let me zoom out too, hold on. There we go. So you dip the brush in alcohol a little bit. Make sure that it gets underneath the bristles up into the brush itself. Wipe it off. Dip it again in water so the alcohol doesn't stay. And then you give it a little swirl in the brush soap. Create a little bit of a lather, and then you can kind of massage the brush a little bit. Work it over so this is a really good job of taking the paint out of your brush too. You can do that. I think I had to wash my hands after this stream. But see, there's almost no color left in it. You can clean it out again. Wash. And then you can use the leftover soap to sort of shape it into a little pointy brush, and that's like a conditioner, so that will help your brush stay healthy in between streams or in between painting sessions. Now I've been very bad, I've been taking very poor care of my brushes for a long time, so I got that and I read up a little bit on brush care, and I'm very happy with the results. My brushes are very healthy, so I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm closing my wet palette. And yeah, so there we go. We are done. We have painted a pretty neat Tyranid, I would say. Maybe a little dark for the table, but also this light is like not natural light, so it might look different in a gaming place. Maybe gold would have worked better with the teal, now that I think about it. But you know, it looks good. It looks good. Now, who are we going to be raiding? Twitch. Who's streaming? Who's streaming? Oh, there's this really cool frog called Kuku Kairu who's doing painting. Painting. Thank you, Weedy Bread. Thank you, Seralvion. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, everybody else, for hanging out. Are we gonna raid Luffy Nabina? Raid Luffy. She's streaming. I love Luffy. Luffy, my friend. Luffy Nabina. She. Oh, no, that's Bima. Lufima Bima. No, that's not her name. It's Lufina. Bina. There we go. Thank you, Rufus. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for I'm gonna take photos of this and post it on my Twitter and Blue Sky, and probably on the Discord as well. And on Sunday we might do another mini painting stream. We'll see. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. I always have fun painting with you guys. It's so much better than painting on my own. I'm very, very excited to bring my Death Corpse of Krieg models into play. So I will probably settle on a paint scheme for these guys, and then I might paint some of them on stream. We're going to start playing Kill Team soon, so I'm very excited about that. They don't sell these anymore. I found them. They were propping up my PC. I had the box underneath my PC. It was crazy. Anyway, red message is gonna be, boo, a spooky raid. There we go. Has some extra. Oh my goodness. If you have extras, I would love to buy them off you. Because I gotta get myself a couple of... I don't have any normal troops. I only have special troops. I only painted up specialists. I even went and slightly kit bashed. I don't have much time left, but I kit bashed slightly. Plasma gun. It looks pretty good now that I sprayed him. But yeah, I cut off the hand from another. Anyway, we gotta go now. Bye-bye, everybody. Love you. Bye.